parts, Spain's coach spoke about many important aspects related to the national team and Spanish football in general. He specifically mentioned Real Madrid's young player Raúl Asensio, praising the high level of performance he has been showing and confirming that his addition to the national team will be a strong one in both the near and long term, given his immense potential despite his young age. The coach said, "Raúl Asensio is a player with a unique talent. It's rare to find a player of his age with such great football maturity. When you watch him on the field, you realize he's an exceptional player who has an incredible ability to read the game, and his decisions are always in the right direction. This is what sets him apart from many players in his position. I've been following him for a long time, and it's clear that he has a brilliant future ahead, whether with Real Madrid or the Spanish national team. He is a player capable of making the difference at any moment, and he will definitely play an important role with us in the near future." The coach added, "Real Madrid is very lucky to have a player like Raúl Asensio. It's not easy to find such a young player with this level of tactical and technical maturity. Every time he wears the Real Madrid shirt, he proves to everyone that he belongs at this level, and he's capable of playing under pressure and delivering great performances in crucial matches. Players like him are the ones who make the difference in top clubs, and I'm sure he will continue to develop into one of the most important players in his position worldwide." The coach then moved on to talk about Real Madrid in general and their performance this season, pointing out that the team has faced many challenges and difficulties, yet they always remain in contention for the biggest trophies, with the UEFA Champions League being the top competition, which Real Madrid is historically considered to be the king of. He said, "When we talk about Real Madrid, we're talking about a different team, a club with a winning culture, and an entity that doesn't know the meaning of giving up. Everyone knows that Real Madrid has faced a lot of obstacles this season, whether in terms of injuries or the huge pressure they've been under. But in the end, Real Madrid is always one of the main contenders for every competition they participate in. This mentality is what distinguishes them from the rest, and it's the reason why they have such a glorious history." The coach also discussed Real Madrid's journey in the Champions League this season, noting that many people thought the team would be eliminated early in the competition. But once again, they proved to be a team that should never be underestimated. He added, "When Real Madrid faced Atletico Madrid, many thought the team might be knocked out of the Champions League, especially since matches between the two teams are always tough and complicated. But in the end, Real Madrid showed their true face, the one we've come to expect in the Champions League. No matter how difficult the circumstances or how strong the opponent, Real Madrid always knows how to deal with such matches, and they always find a way to keep going in the competition. Now they're in the quarterfinals, and everyone knows that when Real Madrid reaches this stage, they are the most dangerous team for the title." The coach continued to praise Real Madrid's fighting spirit and their resilience under any circumstance, confirming that this is one of their most important historical traits. He said, "It doesn't matter who the opponent is or how the match starts. In the end, Real Madrid always has solutions. Perhaps the team isn't always in its best form, or maybe they struggle in some matches, but they have a unique personality that allows them to turn things around at any moment. These things don't happen by chance. They are the result of a long history of competing at the highest level, and they are part of the DNA of this prestigious club." The coach concluded his comments by pointing out that Real Madrid is not only competing in the Champions League, but is also still in the race for the Spanish league title, confirming that the team will continue to fight until the very last moment. He said, "Real Madrid is still in a strong battle for the La Liga title, and as we're used to, this team never gives up. The competition is fierce, and the race will not be easy, but when you have a team like Real Madrid, you know they will fight until the last round. It will be a great battle until the end of the season, and the fans will enjoy watching their team fight on all fronts as they always do." Nearing return to Real Madrid training. Italian coach Carlo Ancelotti of Real Madrid has received a morale boost regarding Brazilian defender Éder Militão, who had suffered a torn ACL injury. Militão sustained the ACL injury last November during a match against Osasuna in La Liga. According to the Spanish newspaper AS, Militão is set to return to Real Madrid training after the current international break, as he has made significant progress in his recovery. Militão could join the FIFA club. World Cup. Militão's return to action comes earlier than expected. especially as most predictions had indicated that the Brazilian defender would return only at the end of the current season. The Spanish newspaper mentioned that there is a possibility he could feature with the Madrid team in the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, which will take place in the United States in June. Militão has already started light ball training and has shown his ability to move, signaling that his full recovery is approaching. Paris Saint-Germain prepares revenge plan against Real Madrid over Mbappé. It seems that Paris Saint-Germain is still unable to get over what Real Madrid did to them in the deal for French star Kylian Mbappé, the former forward of the team. Real Madrid tried multiple times to sign Mbappé during his standout performances with PSG, but the French club's massive financial demands stalled the deal every time. Because of these hefty financial demands, Real Madrid waited until the end of Mbappé's contract with the Parisian giant, then secured him on a free transfer deal in the summer of 2024. Paris Saint-Germain targets Real Madrid. Jewel. According to Spanish newspaper Marca, PSG still wants to take revenge on Real Madrid over the Mbappé deal, and they plan to do so by signing one of the top and most important talents from the Spanish club's academy. The newspaper confirmed that one of the prominent talents in Real Madrid's youth team that PSG has its eye on is Brian Bouguerin, who impressed greatly in the match between the two youth teams last week in the cup final held in Doha. The report also noted that 16-year-old Bouguerin recently signed his first professional contract with Real Madrid just a few days ago. However, the club cannot predict his future. And the biggest concern is that after the final match last week, PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi went down to the locker rooms of both teams and spoke to all the players. Spain's coach comments. After the Netherlands match, focus on Real Madrid. In a lengthy interview with the media after the match between the Spanish national team and their Dutch counterparts, La Liga midfield star on Real Madrid's radar. Recent reports in the past few hours have revealed that Real Madrid is interested in signing Martín Zubimendi, the midfielder from Real Sociedad, during the upcoming summer transfer window. Real Madrid's management is aiming to strengthen their squad for the new season, especially since the team did not sign any players during the winter transfer window. Martín Zubimendi has been one of the standout midfield players in the world recently, delivering excellent performances with his team, Real Sociedad. Martín Zubimendi on Real Madrid's radar. Real Madrid places midfield star Martín Zubimendi, the standout player from Real Sociedad, at the top of their priorities for the upcoming summer transfer window, as part of their effort to bolster the midfield at the request of coach Carlo Ancelotti. According to Spanish newspaper AS, the Royal Club is prepared to pay the release clause in Zubimendi's contract, which amounts to 60 million euros, in order to secure the deal, despite strong competition from other European clubs. Arsenal had previously shown interest in signing the Spanish international and expressed willingness to pay the release clause, while Liverpool also tried to sign him last summer. However, the player decided to stay with his team at the last moment. Zubimendi continues to impress with Real Sociedad, having played 38 matches this season across all competitions and contributing 4 goals, 2 goals, and 2 assists in La Liga, making him one of the top midfield talents in Spanish football. Significant progress. Militão. Toni Kroos returns to the world of football in a new role. The German Toni Kroos, former Real Madrid star, is back in football after announcing his retirement, but through a new door that is not the football pitch. Kroos announced at the end of the 2023/2024 season his definitive retirement from playing football after participating in the UEFA Euro 2024 with the German national team. According to the Spanish newspaper AS, after a successful career on the field, Toni Kroos has taken a new step in the football world, but this time outside the football pitch. The German star announced his joining as a contributor to the Sports 360 agency, the company that managed his career throughout his playing days. Kroos expressed his excitement about this new role. I'm excited to share my experiences with some players and offer them advice on their sporting journey, thus confirming his readiness to support the next generation of stars. Toni Kroos's titles with clubs. With clubs, Kroos won 6 UEFA Champions League titles, including 1 with Bayern Munich and 5 with Real Madrid. He also won 3 German league titles, as well as the same number of German cups, 1 German Super Cup title, in addition to 5 UEFA Super Cups, 4 Spanish League titles, 5 FIFA Club World Cup titles,